Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Peak to Middle School. My name is Narwhal, and I'm here with my best friend, Chug.
Hello.
You got an email to be a model.
Yeah, do you want me to read the email?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even talk about it on the last
I
episode.
know. How could we miss this?
How could we miss this great email? So I'm just sitting there, twiddling my thumbs, minding my own business. And then this email comes in, and I'm like, oh, sweet, an email. I love getting emails. It's
Must be
like,
something important.
it's the thrill. Yeah, someone wants to reach out to me. Someone has something to say. I'm not going to say this person's name, but maybe they're listening. If you are listening, why the fuck did you send me this email?
But we appreciate you listening to the show.
I appreciate it, but thanks. Okay, it starts off with, hey, Kyle. Wanted to reach out and see if you wanted to do some private modeling sessions via Skype.
Hey,
Like he maybe thinks I'm a good-looking dude.
maybe people are still worried about COVID. They
I
got
get
to do
it.
virtual.
Maybe we could do some modeling. Sure. Willing to negotiate any fee with you. So that's promising.
That's a good sign.
Around 10 to 15 minute sessions. Okay, that's good. Quick sessions. But the sessions of you modeling off of different brief underwear. So I'm going to be a underwear model.
Still okay at
Still
this point.
like plausible. Changing in and out of them. So I guess part of my modeling would be just the changing aspect of.
See, I feel like if they want that part to be part of the process, I don't think they really care too much about the underwear. I think they want the in-betweens.
Yeah, I think they just want those in between shots.
Now, could you question?
Yeah.
So let's say you have your webcam on, you're filming on Skype. Could you maybe duck down, change out of the underwear, out of camera?
See, I don't think so
and then
because
come
this is not what this guy wants. He says changing in and out of them, posing in and out of them. I need to be posing while I'm changing. How does one like seductively?
Oh, some girls are good at that.
Wait, I'm a guy and I'm me.
I mean, yeah.
Could you imagine me seductively changing out of my underwear?
No.
I can't either, dude.
I can't imagine you doing anything seductive.
Yeah, there's not one seductive thing I could do. Total discretion.
What
I
does that-
respect you.
Okay.
So I'm glad he respects me.
What does total discretion mean?
I think it means like they're not gonna be posting it everywhere.
And like when they say viewer discretion is advised, does that mean like watch at your own risk kind of thing?
I don't know. Can we Google discretion? It's one of those words that like always gets kind of tossed around, and I'm always like, oh, discretion. Okay.
Yeah, like you kind of know when to use the word, but you don't really know what it means.
Yeah.
Define discretion. The quality of behaving or speaking in such a way as to avoid causing offense or revealing private information.
Okay, so I'm not going to reveal my private information. That's good. But he respects me. Let me know how much, and if you're interested, could be a continual thing. Quick and easy cash for you, smiley face. So,
listen, I think it sounds like a pretty valid offer in this email.
I don't
Not
know,
saying
dude,
that
that's weird.
Yeah, it's weird, and you probably don't want to do it, but I think he went about it in the best way you could.
Yeah, it's just like his wording was a little like, just you modeling some underwear, changing in and out of them, posing in and out of them. So it's like you could have just said like, I want you to be naked in front of this camera.
Oh, so you don't like how he tried to beat around the bush?
He did beat around the bush.
Yeah.
It's like, don't beat my bush, all right? Just get to the point.
He can beat to your bush.
He's going to probably beat to my bush. I don't know if he wants a bush. I don't know what he wants.
Yeah, is he going to have a preference? Like, what if you start changing? He's like, I don't want that bush.
Should
You're
I
like,
shave?
too late.
I don't know. Should I shave my chest too? I don't know. I don't know what he wants. So, whatever. That's not going to happen. Unless I could hit him back with like just a lofty price. See what I can get out of this.
Yeah, like how much?
I'll like throw my dick around on camera for like
7,000.
Yeah, I'd do that for 7,000. I'd consider it.
It does get scary though when since it's via Skype, you don't know if he could leak it.
Yeah, I would feel uncomfortable. I would want my face to not be in it.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't know if this guy wants my face in it.
Yeah.
So it's like an OnlyFans situation, which I've also been hit up about OnlyFans opportunities.
Dude,
got people interested in potential OnlyFans.
There are people, gay and straight, that make so much money off of OnlyFans, and it's crazy because it's like, to me, it's crazy because why would you pay for OnlyFans when there's free porn
everywhere?
Everywhere.
Yeah.
I think it's just the concept that like I somewhat know this person, so it's a little more like personal.
Yeah. And you're paying for it, so it's like more private and not everybody can see it, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm probably not gonna go
Probably
the
not.
OnlyFans route. There's other routes I'd like to go to make
Yeah.
money, you know.
Kyle's not that desperate yet.
No, not yet. Could get there. We'll see.
One
I
day.
will send feet pictures. If you do want to see some high quality feet pictures, you can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/PimsPodcast. $15 gets you access to some dope feet pictures of me.
Deleted scenes and blooper videos every month. Access to our Discord, a personalized video shout out from us
There you
where
go.
we talk to you and we say how much we love you. So yeah, you guys can check out our Patreon. Also, we gotta listen. We say a lot to all of you to go leave a review on the Apple Podcast app to help our show grow, because the more reviews we get, the more people see our show. It helps a lot. So go do it. But we got a review the other day. Very nice 5-star review.
Wonderful review.
It was this awesome kid, like super cool. I'm like, wow, this is really wholesome. And I actually screenshotted it and sent it to Kyle because of how wholesome it was.
Mm-hmm.
It made us feel good.
Made me feel good.
Then, a couple hours later, I check again, and he just changed it to a 1-star for no reason.
But it's still a nice review.
yeah, and I don't really know his reasoning behind that.
I don't know what went wrong.
Like maybe it was like a butt dial type of thing where it was
You
like,
can't just like butt 1-star someone.
yeah. So I don't know what we did,
Yeah,
but he
so if you're out there, let us know.
changed it back.
Get you change it back. That'd be cool.
Also, we hit 1,000 followers on Instagram, but the things aren't adding up in my head because we have 120 reviews.
Well, maybe there's not that
Yeah,
many iPhones out there.
Oh, there's at least like 800 iPhones of those 1,000 people.
I'd say like 750.
Okay.
So there should be 750 reviews on there.
Yes.
According to my calculations.
Yeah. That only makes sense to me.
Look,
So-
and I know we always are just pounding this point down, but it really does help us, like, you know, rise up the charts. And like, if you guys are looking for a way to, you know, help us out, if you don't have money for a Patreon, cool. But the least you could do for us that would be so helpful is to leave a review on the Apple Podcast app and
Yes.
to tell your friends.
Exactly. Yeah, tell your friends is really the biggest thing. But Kyle,
Yes.
you went camping over the weekend.
Yes.
And we didn't get a chance to talk about it when Chris was here because we were talking about some other cool things. But tell me, how was your experience? Because you are a veteran camper at this point.
I am. I'm actually going backpacking in like a week and a half.
What an adventurous man.
I know. I've never been backpacking in my life, so we'll see how that goes.
Now, what does that entail? Is backpacking just camping, but you're just walking more?
Yeah, it's like you're hiking to your campground and everything is on your backpack.
Okay.
So we have like a tent in our backpack.
But like a lot of times when you go camping, you'll go on hikes anyways.
Yeah, so like what we did this last weekend, I camped in Mount Rainier. We just drive to a campground, and then you just go in there, like you park your car and then
then
like
you just-
unload, and then you're
sleep
in the
right
campground.
near where.
You
your
sleep right
cars.
next to your car. You take your car, drive to the hike, whatever. But then for backpacking, from my understanding, is that you probably park somewhere and then you just go on the trail, and there's a destination where you're gonna camp. I don't know if it's necessarily a campsite or maybe just like right next to a little lake or something. I think it's more like secluded version
Yeah.
of camping, which is kind of cool. So
Is it
see.
also? Are you guys going near Mount Rainier for that as well, or a
no,
different
we
area?
don't have any idea where we're gonna go.
Oh, okay. Because like
Don't try and find me.
no, but like I was thinking, it's got to be. So you were in the water at Mount Rainier, and it was
Cold
like
as shit.
pretty cold.
Yeah.
So if you backpack with all this heavy stuff for a couple hours to get to your campground, and then you're there the whole weekend, you're gonna be a really sweaty, gross, smelly man.
Oh, I mean, that's how I'm camping anyways. Like, you don't shower when you're camping.
But did you sort of try and like rinse off in that lake that you were in, or was it
it was
too
a
cold?
river. That wasn't like the reason for going in the river. But
Okay.
I will say, like, I did feel more fresh on that camping trip coming back than other camping trips.
Yeah.
Because usually you come back and you smell like sweat, smoke from the campfire. You just smell bad.
Yeah.
Like maybe some food somehow.
What do you guys eat when you go camping? Because anytime I've gone camping, which I've only gone like once, but we just eat like hot dogs and really shitty stuff.
Yeah. We have like a portable like gas stove we bring. So we had some like chicken one night and like pasta. We had like what else do we have? Like sausages and like mac and cheese, shit like that. S'mores.
Sounds pretty nice.
It's nice, yeah.
Do you guys engage with other campers, or do you just mind your own business?
I mean, with COVID right now, it's kind of tough. Dude, I ran over some little kid's bubble blower.
Oh, I thought you ran over a little kid.
No, I didn't. That would be bad. I wouldn't be sharing that.
You ran over his bubble blower?
Yeah, I was driving around the campsite, and like that was the only interaction I had with the nearby campers. Was I ran over this little kid's like bubble blower that was just sitting in the
And did you pull over?
in the path. Well, it was right next to my campsite, so I pulled and I walked over to the dad, and I was like, "Hey, I didn't see that in the road. My bad." He's like, "Oh, it's fine." My mom's like, "Oh, do you want $5?" I'm like, "Mom, he's not gonna say yes."
Well, maybe if he was strapped for cash and he needs a new bubble blower,
He didn't want it.
at least she offered.
Yeah, it's nice, I guess.
But
But no, I mean, sometimes I feel like as a kid, sometimes you like meet the kids around the campground, but not really. I feel like I just usually hang out with my family.
do you have any like lost love interest that you met at a campground and then never saw again, or like a best friend that was like your bro and then you never saw him again and
No,
you think about him every night?
not that I can think of.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure maybe someone's met like the love of their life at a campground, but I have not.
Yeah. What's like the go? So I'm just intrigued because I don't go camping,
You should go camping.
but like, what do you do all day?
So usually you want to go camping somewhere where there are activities around you. You don't want to just go and like sleep in a tent and like just sit around and do nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do that, but it's not as fun. But usually like you go like, so we go to this one beach. So, like during the day we'll go to the beach and like hang out, walk around, have lunch at the beach, come back.
Yeah.
But my favorite thing is honestly just like sitting around the campfire. Usually we'll start that around like when it starts getting darker, and you just kind of sit and talk around the campfire, and it's just
Okay.
good, wholesome family time.
Yeah.
There's no self-service. It's great.
Do you guys get drunk, or is it more like just
As I've gotten
chill?
older, well, I have an uncle that gets drunk most of the time. So I've kind of gotten drunk with him.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's usually just like, cracking some brewskis.
Yeah.
Dude,
That
my
sounds
voice
fun.
is, I really need to fix this voice crack thing.
You can't fix it. You just got to embrace it.
Yeah.
I think if
so.
you just didn't address it, people wouldn't even notice sometimes.
Well, maybe, but I also don't want it to go like unnoticed, because then it's like,
Because then it looks
it's like I'm
you
trying to
didn't
hide
know.
it.
Yeah.
Or, yeah,
I don't know, man. You can't win here.
I know.
Okay. Well, guys, one more thing before we hop into like the main portion of this episode. Turns out we got a comment. I hate to bring up penises again for like the 6th episode in a row, but it's kind of necessary because a few episodes ago, Kyle and I were talking about circumcision. And does circumcision limit your orgasm feeling or experience? And turns out it limits it quite a bit
Really?
because you lose so many like nerve endings.
See, that makes sense to me.
And it's kind of really upsetting to me.
Yeah, I mean, but are we sure this person's telling the truth?
Well, I mean, if they probably got a normal dick, they probably know. Oh, but they wouldn't
Well,
know
how
what to
could they
compare
know?
it to.
I guess you could not have not have a circumcision, and then, dude, getting a circumcision when you're like an adult sounds like the worst.
There's people that do that.
It's like in Shameless.
Yeah.
Carl gets a Yeah, dude, that's. I don't know, but I mean, it's good either way. I'm not
I mean,
complaining.
it's good, but imagine if it could just be way better, and we just don't know. It's like if you eat white bread your whole life, some Wonder Bread, you're like, okay, this is good bread, and then you try Dave's Killer Bread,
Yeah,
and you're like, oh my god.
But Dave's Killer Bread's way more filling. So, so
What are you
maybe
saying? So maybe we're more filling.
I'd say we're less filling. I think we're the Wonder Bread of penises.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's kind
I
of
think
sad.
we're just the Wonder Bread of human beings.
It's like I didn't want to be Wonder Bread. You're closer to Wonder Bread than me, just like view wise.
I mean, yeah.
By the way,
working on
guys-
this pale thing. And it's
By the way, Kyle's not as pale as these videos make him look.
I look so pale in these videos. I'm a pale person, but I'm not that pale.
No, like I'm a little tanner than Kyle, just genetically, but like the lighting in the studio,
It's not helping.
yeah, the lighting makes it look way worse, and whoever sits over here looks tanner for whatever reason. So, but yeah. So with all that being said, one thing Kyle and I wanted to do today is to answer some commonly asked questions, because there's some questions we get all the time, and it's like rather than responding to 10 comments on TikTok and 5 on Instagram and 3 in the YouTube comments about it, because obviously we love that we got all these new people, But there's a lot of things. Some of them we've never addressed ever on our show, I feel like, or maybe
Yeah.
just in passing.
Or so long ago that like the majority of the people don't really know.
Yeah, and so we wanted this to kind of be an episode where we'll talk about all the commonly asked questions. So
Mhm.
if in a year from now we get a new fan and they're like, "Hey, how did you guys come up with the name Peak to Middle School?" We'll just send them to this
Say
episode.
Episode 161.
Yes. Wow. Pretty soon we're going to be at 169.
Ooh, that's gonna be exciting.
Yeah.
We better do something cool. We could I just said 69. We could 69 on the episode. We could do like I'm under the table, and my feet are up here, and then you're sitting normally, and we're just podcasting.
So you're yelling from under the table?
Well, my mic would be down there,
oh.
so you just
So
you see
your
my
legs
feet,
are just sticking up.
and I could like talk with my feet.
Dude,
It
that
could
would,
be-
that would be
We
so
could do like
funny.
a brief 5 minute. Like could do like a little video and post it.
Yeah, that'd be
for
funny.
169th.
Or we like take a photo for Instagram where like we're laying on the table and like I'm on the bottom, you're on the top, but like our pants are still on.
I don't really want to actually 69 with you because that's just not a picture that I care to have, or like a memory that I care to have in my brain of like the act of 69ing with John. That's something you kind of can't come back from. But I could we could socially distance 69.
Yeah, like with some 6 feet in between.
Yeah, that could be cool.
Our show has been like oddly sexual the last couple weeks.
Yeah, we're not like this. We even got a comment of like most sexual episode. I don't think we have a lot of those, but lately there have been a lot of them.
It's one of the last 6 episodes if there is one.
It's just the last 6 episodes.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah. What are some questions we should answer for the people?
Okay, so one of the common ones is like, what is the meaning of the name of the show? Like Peak to Middle School. To be honest, I think we recorded our first episode. If you guys want to go check that out, you can. It's not as good as what it is now.
It's not even on this YouTube channel. Well,
Oh, you took it off? Oh, yeah.
well, so we did it was like a test episode.
Yeah.
We recorded it. I didn't even live here at the time, but I was planning on moving back, and so I was like, hit up Kyle and Shim, and I was like, yo, when I get back, Kyle and I want to start a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys want to come over and just try it out and see what happens? And that episode is probably like, I think it's about an hour long, but it's on my personal YouTube channel. I don't even know what it's called. You'd have to just scroll down
It's like test something.
and see if you find it.
Yeah.
But
But somewhere in that, we were talking about some memories from like middle school. And I think Jordan said at one point, like, I peaked in middle school, or we peaked in middle school. And then after that episode, we realized like we don't have a name for the show, and we had no idea what to call it. And then like that quote, for whatever reason, just kind of stuck out. And it's like, that's just what we went for.
yeah, and it's kind of catchy. We thought it was catchy because there's the common phrase like, "Oh, you peaked in high school."
Yeah. We peaked before that, though.
Yeah, and I mean, to me, the whole idea of the name is kind of like Kyle and I both don't really want to grow up. Like we've talked about before, we don't want to have like an office job or like
Never,
have
ever.
to be professional where you got to wear like a suit and tie, and like I just don't like the idea that you got to like grow up and like you can't be like a weirdo anymore. There's like a certain age where people like don't
Agreed.
like, they're like, "Oh, you can't make dick jokes. You're like 25."
I hate that there's like, it's not normalized to just be happy doing what you want. I feel like there's this stigma that like you have to be like an upstanding member of society. I mean, you can still be a good member of society and like talk about dicks and shit, but like I just feel like there's such a stigma about like going to college and like doing this, and like you have to do this, you have to do this. Why can't I just do what I want and like be happy with it?
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think it's great that we're on the same page about that. And I think that's what makes the show cool is like my parents, when I got Instagram, when I was probably like in middle school, I got Instagram, and even back then they basically told me or recommended like you should make it private, because that's been a thing where a lot of people's Instagrams are private so that they don't get in trouble with their job or with like her career opportunity if someone sees something. But I've always had the mindset of like, if someone is going to not offer me a job or like want to be my friend or know me based on something they see that I post on Instagram, then I don't want that either.
Yeah.
Like if they don't like what I'm posting, then I don't care to interact with you, because the stuff I post I'm passionate about.
Yeah, and there was a time where I got like, I don't want to say close, but like there was conversation about like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the show anymore because I wanted to like go to a certain career path. And in order to do that, like I can't be having a bunch of like dicks and shit on my Instagram.
Yeah.
And so there came a point where I had to decide like, do I really want to be told what to do by, you know, like I can't be a certain way because of my job. Like that's not ever, I don't ever want to be told what to do by anybody like that. Like I want to do what I want to do.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree 100%. And like Kyle and I actually talked about that, but like, cause Kyle was considering like applying for this certain career path, and like, I want Kyle to do whatever he wants to do. Like I'd never stop you from doing what you want to do, but like we talked about it for a while, cause it was like, if you want to do it, I want you to do it, but I'm not going to stop the podcast. And like, I don't think you wanted to, like, you don't want to stop it either. So it's like, it's hard because we know that doing this type of podcast, it's kind of limiting potential other career opportunities.
Right.
But like, that's a risk that I'm willing to take because I have faith that it's going to grow to a point where it can be our jobs.
I concur.
So yeah. And I think, I don't know, the whole foundation Peak to Middle School is just about like, I mean, one, I think it's cool that we connect with like some kids will be like, oh, I am in middle school. And so I like the vibe of the show. I think it's kind of cool. Like I know that we're probably not going to have too many 29 to 40-year-olds listening to our show. And that's totally okay with me.
That's fine.
But yeah, I don't know. That's it.
I hope that answers that for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 2.
Yeah. I'd say the second most asked question is about like the sloths.
Okay. Yeah.
So we get comments like not all the time, but every once in a while, and recently like quite a few like, yo, what's up with the sloths? Because there's a sloth here, there's a sloth in the background.
We both have sloth tattoos.
Yeah. If you guys haven't seen them, they're pretty sick actually.
Yeah.
But basically it's all based on our friend Connor, who we've made an episode. I don't know what episode number it was.
We had an episode about him. We've like talked about him. I feel like.
Didn't we spend like almost a whole episode telling like the whole story of like?
Oh,
our
you're
friend
right.
Connor.
Yeah, you're right. It's sometime in end of last December.
Yeah, so I can link it in YouTube. But basically, our buddy Connor, we've said it before, but he passed away two and a half years ago now. Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, 2.5 years.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, he was like our best friend. Kyle lived with him. So yeah, you can tell more about it.
So he, I don't even know how to explain it. So he had testicular cancer and he died from surgical complications from that. And so it was something that was kind of unexpected, and that sort of like led us it kind of like led us down a path of like kind of towards how the show started. Like a year passed after that before we actually started the show. But I don't know. He's just very, very important to us. But the deal with the sloth tattoos and all the sloths is he like just loves sloths. Like that was that was kind of his thing, which sounds weird to say, but like everyone that knew him like knew that.
I mean, he loved all animals.
Yeah,
but sloths in particular.
Yeah, for whatever reason. And so when he passed away, actually like about a week before his surgery, me and him and John were just like having like we were like Qdoba or something, just like whatever, hanging out. And he just kind of randomly brought up like, hey guys, like if for whatever reason, you know, like I don't make it through surgery, can you guys get like sloth tattoos for me? And we're like, yeah, of course.
Yeah. And this wasn't like a serious thing. Cause at the time, like we all were just assuming everything was going to go smooth. His surgery was going to be cool. So Kyle and I were like, fuck it.
Like, yeah, sure. And then so like about a week later, out of nowhere, he passes away. And then pretty soon after, we all kind of had the conversation of like, well, I mean, we got to do this. Like, we have to do this for him.
Yeah. Originally, it was just going to be me and Kyle because we were the only ones with him that day. But we told our friends about that conversation. We were like, yeah, by the way, like, we actually told Connor we would get sloth tattoos. So do you guys want to like join us?
Yeah. So I think Jordan's got one too. Chris, who's in the last episode, has one. Our buddy Chief, who has never been on, but he's got one too. There's like
Who else has one?
His brother has one.
Yeah, our friend Madison has one.
Elle
Our
has
friend
one.
Elle has one. Connor's sister has one.
A lot of people have them.
Yeah. But like what's cool is that everyone's is like a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Like every single person has like a variation of a sloth, so it's pretty cool. So yours is Kyle's is his initials, CC, and then a sloth hanging off of it.
Yep.
Mine is just like a geometric sloth that my cousin designed, and then Shim's is like a sloth with like a
Bunch of Roman numerals, and the sloth's got like a little chain.
that has like
It's
his
like
basketball number.
Yep.
So yeah, that's kind of
That's the deal with the sloths. Like that's why there's so many. Yeah, and for those that I think one of my random Instagram captions has been something about like check your balls, but like for real, like this is not even in a joking way, but like guys actually check your balls, because that's something that like I'll be honest, like I do it because you don't want, trust me, you do not want to go down that path. I'll tell you, it's way worse to go through that than to have the conversation of like, I think I need to go see a doctor because there's like a little lump.
Yeah. Check your balls, because I feel like to a lot of guys, it's like until you know someone that's personally had like testicular cancer, like if Connor never got cancer, I would have probably have never checked my balls.
No, never.
And like, it's just one of those things you don't want to get to a point where like you realize it and it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like his tumor got to a point where it was the size of a cantaloupe.
Yeah, it metastasized in his abdomen. So,
and the surgery, from what I remember when they told us about it, it is a pretty complicated surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it's not something you don't want to get to that point if you can avoid it.
yeah,
Obviously.
just check your balls. Like that's all you can do. And if something feels odd, talk to somebody, go see a doctor. Like seriously.
Yes. Cool. That's the sloth. This little dude, we named him Kano. This is just every episode. Oh wait, this is supposed to be on your mic this episode.
Pass him over.
We alternate every episode. That's why we have the sloth in the background. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure in the future we'll have even more sloth stuff incorporated with the show. If you guys want to like hear more about our buddy Connor, we told like a bunch of funny stories and stuff on that episode last December, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So go check that out. But
Wait, no, I think it was in February.
I
think it was his birthday.
Okay.
February. We'll link it.
Regardless, yeah, we'll link it. All right. Another commonly asked question is, how did you guys meet? The age-old question.
How did we come into each other's lives?
Yes.
Do you want to tell the story, or should I tell the story?
You seem to remember way more vivid details than I do.
I have some early memories of John. I have a weird memory where I remember like vivid details about just like random shit, and then I can't remember like simple things.
Yeah.
So we were in the same kindergarten class, so that's how we met. I just have a memory. My first memory of John is just playing. If you guys know that marble thing where it's like a bunch of tubes and you put marbles into it and it like goes down a path.
And you can like build and change how the angle, right?
Yeah. So I just remember playing on that marble thing and John was there and like a couple other kids.
Was I good? Was I a beast at it? Or no?
I don't know if you can be like good at marbles. I feel like you just kind of build. No one's good at marbles in kindergarten.
That's true.
I'm surprised that I was even like capable of like playing with any toy.
Yeah. Did you know marbles is like an actual like game?
It's a game. Yeah. It's like you put it around the string and you like shoot. I used to have a bunch of marbles. I used
But
to play
then
marbles by myself.
Isn't it? Oh, you actually knew how to play the real game?
Well, I think I did. I played a version that I just
probably wasn't
assumed
right.
That was it's probably wrong.
Yeah. That's like with Pokemon. Like I tried to play with the cards, but never knew how to play.
Same.
So yeah, we were in kindergarten together.
My other memory of John in kindergarten was the first time I ever went over to his house. John had this like heart murmur or something, so he had to wear these suction cups on his heart. So I walked in and I see this kid shirtless with getting like suction cups put on his chest. And I'm like, oh shit! Like, am I gonna break this kid? This kid's like dying.
You thought I was fragile.
I thought he was fragile. I was afraid to like touch him.
Yeah. Did you? How long before you kind of realized like I'm a normal dude? Was it like that whole day? Were you worried, or were you like fine at some point?
I don't remember about the whole day, but I also remember the first day you ever came over to my house. You like ate shit down a hill on a scooter.
Yeah. Now
so that proved that John has lost a lot of blood in my neighborhood.
Yes. tears have been shed,
Yeah.
blood has been spilled.
Yes.
Um,
In multiple locations throughout the neighborhood.
yeah. So the first time I went to Kyle's house, like we had another friend growing up, another friend named Kyle who also lived near Kyle, and we went over to his house, and there was this really steep hill, and we were on those little Razor scooters, and we bombed it, and I ate shit somehow.
It's like an unathletic 5-year-old. So
Yeah.
what do you expect?
And like, I don't know if because it's hard to remember details for me, especially when I was little. So it's hard to remember like if it was actually a serious injury or if it was kind of a kindergartner playing it up. Like it was bad when maybe it wasn't that bad.
I mean, like when we were that age, that hill seemed so daunting. But looking
Yeah.
back at it now, it's not that big.
Yeah.
I just have this vague memory of you going down and you landed on your hands and you skidded on your hands. And then I just remember you getting up and seeing your face crying and your hands were out like this. That's all I remember.
Okay.
And
So,
my mom thought that your mom would never let you over at my house again.
oh, wow. Yeah. I remember I'd go to Kyle's house like a lot, and a lot of times his grandma would be there. And his grandma made the best
Yeah.
chocolate chip cookies on the planet.
Yeah.
Never had as good a chocolate chip cookie since.
Same.
But yeah, that's how we met. Friends ever since.
Pretty much.
There's times when we do the show that I worry that like, I don't think this is a valid worry, but I get in my head where I'm like, I feel like the people don't like know us enough. Like we spend a whole episode talking about like penises or something, and then I'm like, all these listeners, maybe they don't even like know who we are, so maybe they won't connect with us, and then they won't. Then they will fade out of the show. But like, I think all that is, I don't know.
What do you want them to know?
Well, no, do you think the viewers think they know us pretty well, or do you think we're mysterious to them?
I think people that have been listening for a while kind of know us
Yeah.
at this point. Or
Because the
like,
thing is, like, with our show, we don't really talk about, like, our day-to-day a whole lot. I mean, we'll tell stories, but it's not, like, I don't really talk about, like, my day job or, we just don't talk about most of, like, what we actually do a whole lot,
yeah,
you know?
But there's also some things that I'd rather keep to myself. Like,
No,
keep private.
that's what I'm saying. I don't even care because a lot of the things aren't even interesting.
No.
But, so I don't know.
I feel like that's more of a vlogger thing of like, here's my mom, here's my dog. Like, I'm not gonna
That's
like
true.
talk about my mom, and I don't even have a dog. But
Actually, now that I think about it, almost every podcast I listen to, you don't know anything about them outside the podcast, really.
no, and
And I don't think a lot of them, you're not really supposed to know that much about them.
yeah. I mean,
Like,
I'm not like a closed book, but like if you have questions, ask them. But
No, I know, but I guess I'm realizing live right now
Oh.
that my worry is invalid, because now if I think about part of my take, like you don't know
they're
about
very mysterious. Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
about Big Cat's life outside the podcast.
No, that's on purpose. PFT doesn't. You don't even know about. Most people don't even know his name.
Yeah, and literally. And Joe Rogan, I listen to him more than anyone. I don't fucking know his wife's name. I don't even know what anyone in his family looks
He's got a
like.
cute golden retriever. I've seen it online.
I've seen his golden retriever. I've seen him do stand up, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's good. I think we're good. We're chilling.
Yeah, we're fine.
Um,
Oh, one other thing is, people have been asking, what does John do for Typical Gamer?
oh, did people ask that? I mean,
We got one or two from that.
yeah, I mean, if you're into gaming, you probably know who Typical Gamer is, but that's who I work for. He's a YouTuber and live streamer. He has his main channel called Typical Gamer with almost 10 million subscribers. So I work with him and he streams every day on that channel. But then when I started working for him, he wanted to start a second channel called TG Plays, where basically on his main channel, it's like 4-hour videos, basically 4-hour live streams all the time. But he's like, I want to create a channel where it's shorter because some people don't like to watch these 4-hour videos. So he hired me and he records separate content from his streams. Sometimes it's content from his streams, but we'll cut it down to like 10 to 20 minute videos. And we upload on that every single day. And he just hit 1 million subscribers. So that's pretty exciting. He went from 0 to 1 million in 5 months, which
Cool.
is just absolutely like unheard of to me. So yeah, that's what I do. I edit his videos. I sit at my computer in my house for 8 to 10 hours a day and just edit.
Yep.
Not the most thrilling thing in the world. I don't like hate. I don't mind it. I'm not like it's not a dream job, and I've made that pretty clear that like I don't want to edit forever. But
I think this is the dream job.
yeah, and so yeah, I mean, I guess I don't talk about it a whole lot because like it's not that exciting, and two, I don't know. I don't like to talk about something if I'm not like super overly passionate. I don't hate it, but I'm not like, oh my God, I get to edit today.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. Kyle, another question is, how did you guys get your nicknames? I've seen that. Now, we don't use your nickname as much.
No, yeah.
But I started off the episode with it, and every here and there we'll throw it in.
Toss a Chug around.
And
yeah.
If someone's not paying too close attention, they might be like, "Who's this Chug guy?"
Who's Chuck? Yeah, Chug. Like you chug a drink. That's what it is. It has nothing to do with drinking. It's just some dumb thing, like childhood nickname that I got when I was like, I don't know, 7, and it just kind of stuck. And some of my friends call me Chug. Your friend's mom exclusively calls me Chug.
We got to tell the origin story.
Yeah, so basically I was in a movie theater and my cousin was like, we were running around after the movie or something, and she was like trying to annoy me and hug me, and she just kept yelling like, Chug wants a hug. She was like 4, dude. I don't even know. She's like, Chug wants a hug, and then she started calling me Chug for whatever reason. And then it just stuck. And then she went to a baseball game, one of my baseball games, and she went, go Chug. And one of my friends' moms heard that, started calling me Chug. And then bada bing, bada boom,
rest is history.
Spread.
Yeah. Now, like obviously little kids say random things with no context, but there has to be something in her brain that sparked that word Chug over another word. So I'm curious if we could have gone back in time. Maybe she looked across the movie theater during that movie night and saw you chugging a drink.
Could have been. I could have been downing a Sprite, as I did when I was like 7. No, I don't know. I don't recall. And then I have a couple other nicknames in my like. Not a lot of people call me Kyle in my family, at least on one side of the family.
Don't they call you Carl?
Yeah, they call me Carl. And sometimes they call me Wood Piece because
yeah, that I was like a more rare, but
yeah,
I've heard about
so
it.
like I'll get a wood piece every now and then. That's because I don't even another one of my cousins when she was little, like I think I was like talking shit to her. I was like get a babysitter and I was like, I'm gonna make you like do a bunch of chores, and then she like got all mad and like stomped her foot and she's like, you're a and then she like didn't know what to call me, so she looked around and then saw like a piece of wood in the fire and she's like, You're just a wood piece. I was like, what the fuck is a wood piece?
Was this a same cousin or a different
cousin?
Wow.
Yeah, so different cousins gave me different names.
And how did Carl? Is Carl just because it sounds kind of like Carl?
Some random person like mistaked my name as Carl one time, and my uncle thought it was hilarious, and he just only calls me Carl now.
Yeah. And then we have other friends like Murtaza will almost exclusively call you Carl.
Yeah, that was just separate. I don't know how that even happened. That just happened.
Yeah. So if you guys could start calling him Carl.
Yeah, you don't have to. You should not do that. You can call me Kyle. You can call me Chug.
Oh, and we can't forget Kyle S. Now this, we don't really use it anymore. This has been retired.
I was Kyle S throughout elementary school. There's a lot of Kyles in my life.
Yeah, and one of Kyle's neighbors, who was also one of our best friends, was also named Kyle, but he was Kyle H. So we had my dad, maybe not the brightest brain in the book, had to remember which Kyle was which. So this was Kyle S, and the other one was Kyle H.
He called me Kyle S for like way too long.
Yeah, like Kyle had been my best friend for like 6 years, and he's like, "Hey, Kyle S."
I'm like, dude, I'm just the only Kyle right here. You can just call me Kyle.
Yeah. There you have it. My nickname, I really only have one nickname. It's Narwhal. The thing that's interesting is none of my, I guess I'll call them IRL friends, none of my real life friends call me Narwhal, but all of my friends from the gaming community, like I've talked about it before, but there was for like a year, like I lived in California and I lived in Texas when I worked for like some different gaming companies and stuff. And in the whole scene, that's just kind of like the thing. Like everyone has an alias. So like I lived in this house. One person's name was Jaw. It's not his real name, but he went by Jaw.
Okay.
Another guy's was Aeolus. Another girl, and then there was a girl and she went by KB. Her name wasn't KB. Another girl, her alias was a Sivers.
The fuck?
And then even at the office, like when we actually went into work, all the different, like the graphic designers went by their alias, and like
That's so weird. It's just like a niche. Like that's just a gaming thing.
I mean, it's similar to like in the music scene, like, and I mean like Marshmello, like I'm sure a lot of people call him Marshmello.
Okay, that's true.
You know, but I think it's just, the only reason I say like, hey, what's going on, guys, with Narwhal is I just think it's more like unique. I just feel like it's easier to remember because there's so many people named John, and I just think it's fun.
Yeah, you're not gonna catch me calling him Narwhal. It doesn't flow for me. I just call him John. So if you get confused of like, wait, there's a Narwhal and there's a John, that's the same person. That is the man across from me.
Yeah, and I mean, like I get how maybe it could be confusing, but I think it's just more interesting and like I mean, like I actually prefer that. I like that my friends in the gaming scene call me Narwhal because it makes it seem like it makes you feel like you're like a more important person in a way.
You feel more important when you get called Narwhal?
Yeah, because it's like there's not other people named Narwhal. Like it's the one guy. Whereas if someone was like, oh yeah, my buddy John, it's like there's a thousand
John. Yeah, okay, that's fair.
So I don't know. I like it. I think it's cool, but that's about it. And it originated from my Xbox gamer tag used to be Exotic Narwhal.
Didn't you spell it wrong too?
No, before Exotic Narwhal, it was Kamikaze Ferret.
Ah, and you spelled that wrong.
But I spelt ferret F-A-R-I-T.
Everyone thought it was fart.
And everyone called me Kamikaze Fart. And then it got reported because the word kamikaze was not allowed.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I needed another animal because I thought animal names were cool. I should have just gone with something simple, but I chose Exotic Narwhal, which sounds like a stripper.
It does.
And here we are today.
Although you can't be like an attractive stripper that's like a narwhal because they're like fat.
Maybe they like have a horn. That's people's kink. Like a big.
There's someone that's into that. Just wants to get this narwhal. Anyways, yeah. For those of you guys that already know the answers to all these questions, hopefully this was some good review.
And I mean, I think we gave a little more depth here than we have in the past, so maybe they learned something new.
Sure.
And even if you didn't enjoy this episode, too bad. You already listened this far, so it already counted as a view, so suck it.
Gotcha.
Another one, maybe this will be a little more rapid fire. What's your favorite color?
Ooh. I'm going to go with a foresty green, but like forest green seems like a dark green. I like a more natural green. Like when I'm in the Washington wilderness, that green is what I like.
So it's not really forest green then.
What is forest green?
That's pretty dark.
Call it. Yeah, so
it's just
like
green.
Nature green.
Okay. So it's like grass to green, like
yeah,
turf.
Some
lighter than turf? Or about turf?
It's like it's different because it doesn't look natural. I just love... There's just this one road when I go to a certain campsite that we always go to that just like, it is the best coloring of green you'll ever see.
But when you talk about nature green, there's also a lot of brown in there. So you must inevitably like brown
yeah, but
too.
Like, this is like the Washington rainforest green where it's just like so green that you will not see any brown.
Oh, okay.
Like it's green. It's
okay.
Good. That's my favorite color.
It's green. All
it's
right.
Green.
I see the thing I wanted to talk to you about this. I've realized over the years, I've always loved the color purple, but when people ask me what my favorite color is, I always say purple, but I've realized I don't think it is, but that's my answer.
Interesting.
Because when I think of a favorite color, if it's my favorite color, I should want to wear it. I should want to rep it. I
don't necessarily think that's true because there's like different colors. I'm not rocking green all the time.
Yeah, you never really wear forest green.
I don't have a single shirt that's green.
So, but like,
it's just my favorite color to look at, not my favorite color to see or to wear.
To wear. Okay, yeah, that's fair. So I guess my favorite color is purple, but I don't like to wear it as much as I used to. I like to wear blue.
Blue. Okay.
I wear like a lot of shades of blue.
Interesting. I wear a lot of black and white.
And I like orange, which is kind of why we made the logo orange and blue. Also, our middle school was orange and blue, so it makes sense.
Go Wolverines.
But a lot of people hate orange. Like, is that color of orange ugly to you?
It's not like ugly, but I'm not going to just wear like a big orange shirt.
Yeah.
I think I had one orange shirt, but like, I don't like it.
Yeah. Okay. Is there any more off the top you can think of that people ask?
How
tall are you?
5'10". How tall are you?
6'8".
That's not true.
I'm 6 foot. I am. I'm 6 feet.
Okay.
God, Kyle, every time I say that, he acts like he doesn't believe me.
No.
It's on my ID.
I believe it's on my ID. My
That-
ID.
That you're 5'10".
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but it also says that I'm like 160, and I'm not.
Another question.
It's a lie.
Are you taller than Shim?
Yes, I am taller than Jordan. I am taller than Jordan Clay Shim.
I don't know. He would beg to differ.
He would beg to differ, but I am taller.
Okay. All right, I got a question for you.
Okay.
What is your dream? If you could just like a specific one, not like
Dream job.
wha-
Like
well,
not-
just in your career so like but not a dream job, but a specific thing you want to do.
But is this like in career or in my life?
Let's do one of each. Like something specific that it would just make your life like you would be on top of the world if you got to do this.
That's hard. I've never been asked that question. I think this is gonna be just kind of a generic answer, but I think like honestly, if I can just turn something that I'm actually happy doing and I'm passionate about into, which I mean is this.
Yeah.
If I can turn this into my career, like that's all I really can ask for, and like everything else after that is just like a bonus. Because like if I can just be happy, one of my biggest motivations in life is to not be someone not be someone that is constantly worried about their job and like hating their job and feeling like they're always not like always working, but always like work comes before everything else.
Yeah.
So like I guess like when I'm say like if I have a family, I don't ever want to be the dad that's always like on conference calls or like always like
Just putting work before
putting work before everything else. Like work is so important to me, but I don't want that to be the number one thing in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I just want to be doing something that I'm happy doing. And I feel like if I'm doing something that I'm happy doing, then I'll want to work harder at it and
Yeah.
I'll want to be better.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. I'll do my work one, then you do your life
do your
one.
work one.
Mine is a little more specific.
Okay.
Actually, I got two, okay?
Okay.
One of them, I told my parents, the day I can quit whatever my day job is because I make enough money from the podcast to like live off of it.
That'll be the best day.
That will be my current best day of my life. But then my second thing that I actually like dream about is doing a live show one day, and at the end we say like, thank you very much, good night, and Kyle and I are on stage and we get like a standing ovation and we're just standing there, and I can picture the picture the photographer takes behind us, and it's just a fucking sold out. Like, listen, I don't even expect, or I don't even think I'd want to do like a legit arena like what comics do that are big, but just like a couple hundred people, little small venue. That would be the sickest thing
chills right now.
ever. And
Can
then
we do like a cool jumping high five.
yeah, and then after we meet some kid named Derek who like has listened, he's like, dude, I've listened to every episode 3 times. I've bought all your merch. I dream about you. Well, I don't know about
I
that.
want to be
but
in
like,
Derek's dreams.
but I would love to meet the listeners of our show one day.
Mm-hmm.
That would be, and the first day I get recognized in public because of the show.
That too. Although I feel like very quickly that would get old.
Yeah,
It would be cool like the first couple times when you're like, damn, like someone recognized me. But then it's like, dude, I'm like with my family having dinner.
See, tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you and I are different in the sense that I feel like the first couple times you'd like it, but I think pretty soon, if it happened a lot, you'd get to a point where you would try and avoid it, talking to the people that like know you.
Yeah.
But I feel like I would try, like I know it would get old, but I feel like it would take longer for it to get old to me than to you.
I think it also depends on what I'm doing.
That's true.
And if it's just like I look like shit, like I'm just like look like a piece of shit. I just get back from camping and I'm like in a store and someone's like, "Hey Kyle, can I get a picture?" I'm like, "Do you smell me?" Like that's when it's gonna be like, dude, like I gotta take a shit right now. I gotta get out of my way. That's when it's gonna be like I'm gonna be fending people off. That's when it's gonna get old.
Yeah, I mean, I think we got quite a long ways before we get there.
For sure, for sure.
So
and
you can dream.
And then what was the other one?
Oh yeah,
Real
what's
life?
like a life thing? Like not just like a general goal. I want like a specific thing you want to do before you die. That would just make you so hyped.
Probably watch a Mariners World Series win
In person.
in person. Yeah, that would be my number one. That I can think of right
Behind
now.
the dugout or behind home plate.
Dude, I don't even care where. Like, I just want to see it.
Okay. Would you cry?
I think I would. I think I'd get close. Yeah,
You would cry. You would cry.
I think I would cry, and I'd be fine with crying. Like, that'd be
yeah,
cool.
dude.
Yeah, that or just like be like a season ticket holder or be like a big super fan that is like known by the team, and I just kind of like Marlins man.
But you're never been one to like try and stand out. You always
No,
seem
but
to
I'm
try
just
and
saying, like, if I could just be that old guy that's kind of always there, and I'm always in my same seat, and they recognize me, and they're like, "Oh, Kyle's here."
Oh, so you don't want to be the guy who like
I don't need to
paints
be
on
in-
his chest and like
No,
dances around.
That's not what I mean. I just want to be that, that nice little old man that's always there, and they're always like, "Oh, he's here again."
It's like,
And
oh, we're 1-79 right now, but
Kyle's here.
Kyle's here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What about you?
A life goal. Like Kyle was saying, he like doesn't want like work to be his life. I like don't really have any goals other than like my career goals.
Yeah.
Like I don't like everything I care to do is all about my career. Like I don't
You don't want to do anything else. You just want to be.
kind of. I mean, like there's stuff I'd like to do, but there's nothing where it's like I would put the podcast goals over any other goal in my life.
I think that'll change though.
Yeah, no, I mean it'll change at some point, but right now,
Yeah.
I
I think
like I don't.
I'm not starting a family right now.
No,
I'm
I know,
trying
but
to
it's like I don't have like a Mariners World Series type
Oh,
thing that I
okay.
like need to do.
buy your dad a house.
Yeah, he'll probably be dead by the time I can do that.
At this
I
rate,
will
yeah.
say I have a dream to like there's like I have quite a few different inspirations and I would like to talk to them, like have like a meet them and get to like talk to them for like an hour, like each of them. There's probably like 5 different people that if I could talk to them at some point in my life for like
Who?
an hour. I mean I've said it, Joe Santagato,
Oh yeah.
probably like Casey Neistat, Will Smith. My 4th one would be Kevin Garnett, and my 5th one would be Dennis Rodman. So
Time's running out on Dennis Rodman. He's
yeah,
yeah.
he's not that old.
No, he's not that old, but I just feel like his insides are just battered.
Yeah, he's been through a lot.
He has.
So yeah, all right. Well, guys, we're about an hour, so we're gonna hop into the segments here. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully, you learned something about us. Before we get into the segments, everyone listening, I know I've said it a million times. Go leave a review on the Apple Podcast app. Write something nice, and it'll take you 20 seconds, and it'll make me really happy. I'll smile so big for you.
Same.
Kyle,
Yes.
who's your A this week?
Shrimp are my A this week. Well, this one I struggled to find an A this week, so this could be.
Sounds pretty shitty so
I
far.
think I'm thinking it's going to be an F, but I'm going to count it as an A because they've been found to have cocaine in them recently, like trace amounts of cocaine.
like enough to get high off of?
I don't know about that. Maybe if you had a ton of shrimp. I also don't know if eating cocaine gets you high. Maybe if you snorted,
it'll do something to you.
it might. But
Could you snort like shrimp? Probably. That's a dumb
that's
question.
disgusting. Yeah, how the cocaine got in there is a mystery, but they said it's very odd to. They're like coming from some remote location, so it's kind of an environmental concern because like how the fuck did cocaine get in these shrimp?
Yeah.
But hey, if you're eating shrimp, there's a chance you're inducing some. What am I saying?
You're inducing. Inserting.
No, what's the word? Ingesting
There you
some
go.
cocaine.
Also, I listened to a podcast the other day with this guy that was explaining that so you know how cocaine used to be in Coke?
Mm-hmm.
It's still in there. They just changed. So there's
What?
before it was like legit cocaine, and now it's basically like medical grade or like a legal version of the same drug, and it's like a different name and it's altered a bit, but it's still at its core essentially cocaine. And I don't know, listen, I'm like butchering this, but like he explained the science behind it.
Mhm. Is
But-
it addictive?
I don't know, but they're still cocaine and coke. It's just a little different, and it's legal somehow.
That would explain the copious amounts of people who are addicted to Diet Coke.
Or regular
Or
coke.
regular Coke.
Why
but
do people
I feel
drink
like specifically
Diet Coke?
Diet Coke?
Yeah.
It's not better for you. It's actually worse for you.
And it tastes worse.
It
Not
tastes
that
worse.
not that coke even tastes good.
It's
I honestly believe if you actually think coke tastes good, I think you're like I think you're tricked.
it doesn't taste good.
Like I think your brain has someone or something or the media has manipulated you to think that tastes good, but it doesn't.
Dude, we should do a bracket of overrated things.
Oh,
Coke's gonna be on there. I think root beer is gonna be on there.
no.
For me, root beer is on there.
Okay, but for you, like for 99.9% of other people, root beer's not on there. So can we really put it on that list?
Okay, but we could do that.
I guess we could do like,
Overrated things.
and it's just for us. Like we each pick a few.
Yeah, or we could just come up with like the consensus. If you guys want to send us some overrated things that are very overrated, maybe we'll do a poll or a question thing again.
We haven't done a bracket in a while.
Yeah, we could do that.
we could do a
Overrated.
bracket also of just like drinks.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Well, my A this week is salmon.
Wow, the sea creatures are really showing up today.
It's not. Well, it's more of the lady who caught this salmon. So there's like, you ever seen on ESPN? Rarely they have like fishing contests.
Yeah, or they post like this guy caught a 9,000-pound marlin.
Well, yeah. So the Donna Pasco caught a tuna that weighs 907 pounds.
It's not a salmon.
Or tuna, sorry.
God,
Same
that's
shit.
How much?
907.
That's crazy.
Look at this tuna.
Ew.
How is that a tuna, dude?
What even is tuna? Tuna's bigger than people think. When I think of tuna fish, I think of small, but then they're actually huge.
They're like this big, right?
No, they're that, but not quite as big.
No way.
Yes, look up
that is a
average
genetically modified.
Look up average tuna. Tuna are way bigger than you think they are.
I'm gonna be mind blown.
You're
if
thinking
they're
of like
small
trout,
sharks.
like trout or like a bass. Those are like this.
What in the fuck?
What's the average size
Length 1.6 feet.
of a tuna?
Yeah,
Oh,
average
shit.
tuna. So
Oh,
like,
okay, fine.
I
But
mean,
they can get. They're one of those
Yeah,
fish that can get a
they
lot
can
bigger.
get
Like,
bigger.
you're not gonna find a salmon that's that big.
it says, see the max length. Well, clearly not for this one, but a max length they say is 4.6 meters, which is 15 feet.
Oh my god, that's huge.
Oh, so yeah, that probably was about the size of that 900-pound salmon.
Dude, the sea creature, it's not salmon.
Sorry, tuna. So that's crazy. They range from 1.6 feet to 15 feet. That's a huge variety.
I mean, think about humans though. We range from like a baby to.
Yeah, but I don't think that any tuna we eat are babies, are
Okay,
they?
that's true. Yeah.
Like, imagine if there was like a
Yeah.
20-foot adult and like a 4-foot adult.
It's true.
That'd be pretty crazy.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
wait. No, I got to tell you more. There's more.
There's
here.
more to the tuna.
It had an estimated auction value of $2 million and could make 2,875 sandwiches and 3,162 cans of tuna.
Dude, she probably just made bank.
Yeah, bro.
That's my dream right there.
That is
Get some shit like that and I just make bank off of it.
Dude, you got to be a really good fisherwoman to catch that 900-pound tuna.
Yeah. You know, I just want something like really cool to happen in my life. Like I win a lottery or like there was one baseball player that became a billionaire because he inherited his like great aunt's house and then she had a bunch of like rare rocks when he was like trying to build like a new section out of the house. And they're like,
Okay.
actually, you have all this like $1 billion worth of granite on your property. And he's like, okay, I'll sell that.
Yeah. But Kyle,
I need that to happen in my
that
life.
doesn't happen to most people.
I'm not like most people.
Okay. Fair enough. Who failed this week? Who flunked? Who got the F?
Well, we're gonna keep it in the ocean. The Marlins, because they may have just fucked up all of baseball because they played a game knowing that like about half the team had COVID, and they still
Wow.
played a game.
Do they just keep it a secret until after?
I guess it was a known thing. So Derek Jeter, fuck you. I've always hated you. You can be on that overrated list. I think you're overrated. You suck.
Wow. Wow, hot takes.
I don't like Derek Jeter, dude. Anyways.
You don't like him, but objectively, as a baseball player,
I think
is he overrated?
I think he is an overrated baseball
Okay.
player.
Okay.
I think hitter, he was good. Defensively, he was overrated. And that catch of him like running into the stands, not that cool. He just caught it in full stride and then took like 10 more steps and then dove into the stands. It's like
He just couldn't slow down.
yeah, it's like dude, slam on the brakes on athletic. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, so the Marlins potentially ruined it. The Yankees game got canceled because they were going to play the Marlins.
The Nationals, I saw today, half the team declared they won't travel to Florida.
yeah, so their things are getting fucked up. So
How many games into the season?
3.
3 games in, and it's probably going to get
4.
shut down now, huh? Do you think the whole
For now, they're still going, but if another team gets COVID, I think the Marlins might just be. I mean, they suck anyways, but
Yeah.
they might just get the kaput. So
Damn, dude.
I don't know.
We all kind of expected this, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean, what did we expect? I think it's dumb. Really, it's dumb to start baseball because at least the NBA, they have a bubble, and like they're keeping people in the bubble.
yeah, baseball, they're traveling, right?
Yeah, they're traveling. There's no bubble. Like I
Yeah.
don't know.
All right. Well, my F this week is quite interesting to say the least. I'll read you the headline, and then you'll need some clarification.
Okay.
Texas politician alienates Twitter users by suggesting ETs need religion. Okay? Hear me out.
Extraterrestrials.
Yep, they're aliens.
Okay.
Jonathan Strickland was mocked after suggesting that aliens would have to accept Jesus Christ as their savior if they ever wanted to visit heaven.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
A Texas state representative alienated many Twitter users Friday with his comments on extraterrestrials after the New York Times posted a story about the Pentagon's Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force. By the way, have you heard all this shit about Bob Lazar?
What?
A
Is he back
lot
in
of
the news?
evidence has come out that he's probably been telling the truth the whole time. That's still
Okay.
not that there's still not enough to like say for sure, but the Pentagon, I haven't read into all the specifics. I've just seen a lot of people saying like, can't believe you guys have been shitting on this guy for years, especially with what the new information out.
I just don't get why can't it be
Huh?
public knowledge? Like
There's obviously shit the government doesn't want us to know.
there's a lot of shit they don't want us to know.
But I don't know what the new thing is, but I know something just got published like last week that basically reinforces some of what Bob Lazar was saying.
Shout out Bob. I'd love to get him on the pod. He would never do it, but
No. All right, so moving on here. Jonathan Strickland suggested that if extraterrestrials exist, they will need extra help if they want to get into heaven. And his tweet reads, "If aliens are real, salvation through Jesus Christ is the only way to enter heaven." And then
interesting.
Strickland described himself as a Christian conservative, liberty-loving Republican. But many of his Twitter followers weren't impressed.
I'm not impressed by it, I'll be honest.
So I'll read some of the replies. That's a pretty arrogant statement, given that they're likely not human and are evolved beyond the mental constructs of heaven and hell. So even if you think that as a human you need to accept Jesus to get into heaven, which, I mean, a lot of people believe it. I don't believe that at this point. But even if you did believe it, they're fucking aliens, dog.
You know what would blow my mind is if we somehow meet aliens and they're like Christians. That would that to me would prove that our religion is correct. Like if we just they're all like Muslims, I would be like, okay, I think I'm just gonna be a Muslim.
You guys
now.
are right, yeah.
I think that's the only way I think I can confirm any religion. Otherwise, I don't buy any of it.
They come down to earth and walk out with a cross.
They're just like, oh, God bless you. And I'm like, whoa, wait.
They open up the gates, and that's how Jesus Christ comes back. It's through the alien spaceship. That's the second coming.
Yeah.
That's
the only way I'm buying it.
Another tweet says, "I don't even know where to start. It is a virtual certainty that intelligent life exists elsewhere in the universe. But why would they need salvation? And why is salvation only available through your God? If they reach us, they are far more advanced than we are." I agree with that.
Agreed.
There's no way to prove it. That's all I'm saying. Maybe everyone does need to accept Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior, or we're all going to burn in hell. That is a possibility.
And maybe there are Christian aliens that are going to come down and prove us wrong.
I'm just like, if I'm going to weigh the probabilities here,
It's low for me.
I don't think you need to accept Jesus, because I feel like Jesus would know if you were a good person. Why, if I was to help starving children, build schools, not murder anyone, why would Jesus be like, make me need to do that? Why
Because
would
you didn't believe in him. That's kind of arrogant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to shit on Jesus right now, but
We've talked about it
It's
before.
going to upset some people.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Last little thing we do is the concentration game. If you don't know how it works, you should go check out some of our other episodes because it's pretty self-explanatory.
Concentration. 64. No repeats or hesitations. I go first.
I'll go second.
Category is... my hand's getting like stuck in that cup because it's sweaty. Ice cream flavors. Oh, that's tough. This is going to be like a 3-rounder.
This was your option. So.
Yeah, what a dummy.
All right.
Chocolate.
Vanilla,
Sherbet.
pistachio,
Mint chocolate chip.
cookie dough.
Rocky Road. Let's go.
I was going to say Rocky Road, and that's the... I didn't even say strawberry, dude.
I had cookies and cream next and then Neapolitan.
I don't even know that. Yeah, I just don't know that many ice cream
I was just going through
flavors.
Baskin Robbins. All right, next
Wait,
category.
Wait.
John can go
I'll
first.
start. Oh, God. Car brands.
The fuck? I didn't write that one.
Um,
Also, take a look at how bad my handwriting
yeah,
is.
it's bad.
Yeah.
Toyota,
Honda.
Chevy,
Hyundai.
Ford.
Dodge.
Honda. Fuck, dude.
Did you say the N-word?
What? No. I
When
said
you edit this back, you
Hyundai.
almost said the N-word.
No, I didn't.
All right, we'll see.
There was no racial thing in there.
No.
All right, guys. I the only think I've won like twice in like
I'm
3
like
weeks.
the king of this game somehow.
Guys, thank you all so much for listening. Be sure to drop a like on this video if you're on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, go check out YouTube. Or if you're on YouTube, you could also maybe mix it up and go check out Spotify or Apple Podcasts because we're about to hit 10,000 downloads this month, which is insane.
You
It's
could have
actually
them all
insane.
playing at the same time. You could time them up on all your devices, and that's one big audio listen. That'd be cool.
You just blast it through your whole house on every device.
Welcome back to Victor Mills.
Yeah. So anyways, guys, thanks for listening. New episodes Monday and Thursday. Kyle, where can they follow you?
Instagram at Kyle Stafford 36. Follow the podcast at Pims Podcast. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Chia.
You can follow me at Hey Narwhal on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Byte. Be sure to send us a message on Instagram. We love talking to you guys. Leave a comment on this video. Just interact with us as much as you want because we respond to everyone. And people think we're lying. We respond to everyone.
Well, we have not responded to some dick requests. And,
Well,
if
if
it's going to be weird and you know it's weird, we're probably not going to
Yeah,
respond.
just have a good weird radar and you'll know if we'll respond or not.
Use your brain.
Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for listening. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.